Boo, boo, boo. Okay, my boobs look really flat because I've got a Calvin bralette on, and yeah, you didn't need to know that. Hello Famalam, welcome back to my channel. I've got so much energy today and I've been feeling like really inspired to film, and I was meant to be filming a little video today with my friend Kel, but she is feeling like a flump and she's in bed chilling in her Lion King duvet. So I just thought, you know what? The best thing for me to do would be come on and give you a life update because it's been a while. Also coming off the back of tonsillitis, so just bear with me on the old voice front, the vocal front. I feel like this is tipping. I've got, in the little flip up, there's lines so you can see if it's straight, and I like trying to line up my nipples. Anywho, so I thought I'd do a life update for you. If you enjoy the video, you know what to do. Since I last posted, what did I post about? So I think the last video, oh, should we just have a look? Let's just have a look. Oh, okay, so the last thing I posted was taking my gay best friend to a dance class, okay. That was ages ago. So life since then has become very different. And you know what, I'm just gonna dive right into the juicy stuff. So I was in a relationship last year for about 6-7 months, and we were very, very public. We were everywhere. We were online, we were on socials, on YouTube, we did adverts together. Like, it was intense, it was out there pretty much from day dot. But basically I was really unhappy in that relationship for a long time, and it should have ended much sooner than it actually did. How to explain this? You know, in the beginning where everything's great, it's intense, you really believe that you've fallen for someone, there's lots of romance, there's lots of lust. I think where we did so much together in business, from a business sense, we got to know each other very, very quickly. And really, we just were not right for each other. At the same time, I was transitioning in my career. So I used to be on ITV hosting a show, and that came to an end sort of halfway through the relationship. And so I was kind of in this like relationship that was also a business, really, and kind of lost myself and lost what I want to do, and lost the things that I know I'm good at. And I've got so many dreams, I always have, I've always been so passionate, but I just felt really lost. And I think it was a culmination of things, being with someone who I really shouldn't have been with, not really knowing what to do next, my next steps in my career, and I turned 30 last year. So, and I know that age is just a number, but you kind of, as people and as a society, you are led to believe that you should have X, Y, Z before you're 30. And I don't have any of those things. I don't own a house, I'm not married, I don't have children, you know, just those sorts of things. I think it came to summer and I just felt really lost, and I felt really sad, and I actually was quite depressed. And I probably didn't share any of that online because I just felt like a bit of a failure at that point. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know what to do. Anyway, so I am single and have been since that relationship ended. I just needed me. I just needed me, myself and I, you know, to give myself time to process everything that had happened, to process where I was at, to focus on myself again. And there have been a few people that I've kind of dated a little bit since that relationship, but have been really clear and honest and upfront that I'm not ready to commit myself to anyone. I think one of the main things that I learned from being in that relationship is to listen to my gut, like listen to what I actually want and just do it. Like, don't be with someone for the sake of X, Y, Z, you know. If you're not in love with someone, you don't be with them. So, very happily single, and actually all of my friends right now, we're all single at the same time, and we have been having it large, let me tell you. We've been living our best lives and it's been so much fun. One of my best friends, Kel, is also a lesbian, and we have just been having the best time. So putting the love stuff aside, when I last spoke to you, I was freelancing. Last year, I had an amazing job with ITV, and I had a show that I hosted 3 or 4 times a week called Jackpot 24/7, which was live on ITV, my first big TV job. And I loved it so much. I loved it so much. And when that came to an end, because the company decided to pull the advertising from TV, I really wasn't sure what I was gonna do. And whilst I was freelancing, I went back to my old radio station and did some cover for them. So I was doing a little bit of cover on the radio. And then a job for the BBC came up, for BBC Essex. And it's a radio show, and it's the evening show. So it was a big deal. It's Monday to Thursday, 3 hours of radio every night. So 12 hours of radio a week, like full time. You're producing it, you're hosting it. And I was just like, this is meant to be. So I was like recently single, didn't know what I was gonna be doing next. And it was like the universe said to me, Helen, all these decisions that you have made are right. They are right for you, and here is your reward. This is what you're meant to be doing. Here is your life. Take it back. Take it back. And I only went and bloody got the job, didn't I? I only went and got the job, and honestly, it's a dream. It's an actual dream come true. The show is something that I've been able to curate with my producer Adam and the BBC, like my boss Lou and Matt. They let me inject all of my own ideas into it. It's very diverse, it's very young. We do like social media, we talk about people with interesting quirky jobs. I do a whole evening devoted to sex, love, dating, relationships, where we talk about everything. Like it's amazing, it's the dream. Like I am living my dream. I want to talk about age, I want to talk about disability, I want to talk about people of colour, I want to talk about the LGBT spectrum, I want to talk about mental health, I want to talk about physical health. Literally just want to bring the people of Essex, which is where my show goes out to, I just want to bring them something to think about, something to digest, something that will change their views maybe, that will enlighten them as a human. Anyway, I'm rambling. My life has changed so much in this last 6 months. There really was a point over the summer that I felt completely worthless. You wouldn't have known if, you know, you saw my social media or if you saw me out and about. Like I was a functioning depressive. Like in this, it was really hard. You know, I completely lost my sense of self. I gained probably about 1 stone in weight. I completely lost my sex drive. I completely lost my love of everything. I'd lost myself really. And I actually went to therapy. I got a therapist for the first time in my life. Was it my first time in my life, or was it the second time I'd got a therapist? Anyway, and actually that really helped. It was an incredible experience to go through. It definitely set me off on the path to becoming happy again. But I would highly recommend it to anyone. There's a few options out there. I mean, it's bloody expensive. Like, let's not lie about it. It's insanely expensive. Oh, hold on, my mum's calling me. Hello? Where was I? It's bloody expensive having a therapist. Let's not be silly about it. However, at that point, there was no amount of money I wouldn't have paid to try and figure out how to be happy again. Because if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm a hugely positive person. And not because I'm like, oh, like you have to be positive and that will, you know, that makes everything okay. Like when you're sad, smile and you feel better. Like, that's shit. Like, that's basically covering things up. It's not like that. I'm just a happy person. I love being happy. I love being positive. I love spreading that positivity. So for me, it was like a complete personality flip. And it was awful. It was horrible. And I would have paid any amount of money to get back to myself. I actually used, what did I use? Pride counselling. it's called, Pride Counselling, and you pay X amount a month and you can have as many as you want with your counsellor that week. I'd recommend it. I thought it was really good. It's just that the time difference sometimes. I think a lot of the therapists are American, so sometimes the times that you can have are a bit odd. But I did all of mine over video camera because, or like over FaceTime sort of thing, like a Skype call. Just because my lifestyle can change so rapidly, I can't commit to being in one place at one time on a specific day every week. I just can't do that. So I used Pride Counselling. I thought it was amazing. And I think that was the first step to me feeling better. Me getting out of the relationship that I wasn't happy in was the second step. And focusing on my, excuse me, I'm just getting over tonsillitis, so. And getting back to myself and thinking about what I wanted and, you know, putting the steps in place for me to regain my sense of self within my career. Because that's so important to me, it just is. Like, I'm a workaholic. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I think that's kind of everything that's gone on in my life over the last 6 months, you know, other than just like spending all my money on clothes as per usual. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Just a little quick chinwag life update for you. I just really want to get back into sharing on here. I'm not going to commit to doing it every week, but I will be posting on here more than once every 6 months. So I would love you to subscribe. If you want to keep up to date with what I'm up to a bit more consistently, I am on Instagram. You can follow me at HelenScottUK. I'm also on TikTok, but as a 30-year-old woman, still not quite understanding how that works. So any tips, slide into the comments down below. I would love to see you around here more often. But for now, I will see you in my next video. Bye! Bye.